Defence in times of crisis has never been about weapons alone. Throughout history, from World War II blackout towns to frontier homesteads, the families who endured were those who mastered silence, concealment and deterrence. A gun might end a single threat, but, silent defence prevents dozens from even approaching. This was true in wartime Europe when homes disappeared into shadow, and it's just as true today when subtlety often keeps a household safer than firepower. For the modern prepper or homesteader, the question becomes clear. How do we build those same layers of protection with the tools and creativity available to us now? Concealment today is about staying off the radar entirely. World War II families understood that a single flicker of light could bring bombers overhead. That same principle applies today, not from aircraft, but from prying neighbours, looters, or anyone who, sees abundance as an invitation. Concealment now goes beyond blackout curtains. It means controlling what outsiders know about your resources. Solar panels can be placed on back-facing roofs instead of street-facing ones. Garden beds can be shielded with trellis plants or hedges, so they look decorative rather than like survival crops. Rain barrels can be disguised inside small sheds or fenced sections. Even outdoor lighting can be set on motion sensors, rather than glowing all night, reducing visibility and electricity use. Just as wartime homes vanished into darkness, a modern homestead can blend into its surroundings, drawing no more attention than necessary. Barriers can still work silently without looking like fortresses. Families in World War II stacked sandbags and reinforced shutters, but modern barriers can be discreet and functional at the same time. The best barriers today do not scream fortress but create silent layers of difficulty for anyone approaching. Driveways can be lined with loose gravel, ensuring every footstep or tyre crunches loudly, doubling as an alert system. Planting rows of thorn bushes such as hawthorn, pyracantha or bougainvillea under windows makes casual entry unpleasant without looking unusual. Simple fencing can be reinforced internally with rebar or hidden cross-bracing, so it looks ordinary but resists tampering. Even garden beds can be placed strategically to create obstacles, funneling movement into predictable areas. The key to modern barriers is blending utility with defence. What looks like landscaping is actually an obstacle course. What appears to be a simple garden hedge becomes a living wall of thorns. It is quiet, it is discreet, and it is effective. Sound deterrence, can create the illusion of firepower. Back during the Second World War, cans strung on wire and barking dogs were some of the simplest alarms we had. These days, the concept can be taken much further with technology. Silent defence doesn't mean absolute silence. It's really about controlling sound in ways that buy you time or, create fear. For instance, one modern method is installing small sirens that mimic threatening noises. A motion detector can trigger a burst of dog barks, recorded gunfire, or even, say, the sound of a large group shouting. These can be programmed through inexpensive audio systems linked to sensors around the property. A trespasser who hears what sounds like multiple firearms or aggressive dogs may very well retreat without ever testing the reality. Other subtle devices include driveway alarms hidden in landscaping wind chimes, strung with metal pieces in concealed locations, and electronic tripwires that send signals straight to your phone. Unlike the old tin can alarms, these are discreet, low-cost and effective, giving you both warning and deterrence without any need for confrontation. Deception is, about making yourself look like the hardest target. Deception has always been a defender's tool. Families in occupied Europe, for example, made homes look abandoned to avoid looters. Modern deception can work both ways, sometimes by looking poor, other times by projecting invisible strength. One method is controlled lighting. Motion-activated floodlights can give the impression of surveillance even if no one is actually watching. Dummy security cameras placed high on outbuildings suggest recording. Yard signs warning of alarm systems, even if none exist, make intruders second-guess. Garden sheds can be fitted with false locks and decoy supplies, distracting anyone determined enough to snoop. Meanwhile, true storage areas remain hidden beneath floors, behind false walls, or in cleverly disguised root cellars. For those in rural settings, even simple scare tactics like decoy figures placed in barns or near entrances can create hesitation at night. The intruder cannot be sure if it is a person or not, and well, hesitation is often all you need. The community, still multiplies silent defence in ways that are, well, sometimes overlooked. No family stood alone in the Second World War, and honestly, the same is true now. Neighbourhood wardens and mutual aid networks created a web of vigilance that was stronger than any single household could ever be. These days this can be modernised with, say, discreet communication tools. Two-way radios with prearranged codes allow neighbours to alert one another without attracting outside attention. Small, private chat groups or encrypted messaging can serve as coordination tools if cell networks still operate. Even something as simple as whistle codes, one blast for attention, two for danger, remains relevant, believe it or not. The lesson here is that defence is strongest when responsibility is shared, and well, the more eyes you have, the quieter you can remain. Discipline and drills, I must say, keep silent defence effective. Silent defence only works if it is, second nature. Families during the Second World War rehearsed blackout drills until they could black out a house in just a few minutes. The same discipline is required today. It is not enough to own blackout curtains, gravel driveways or motion alarms. Families must practice how quickly lights can be extinguished, how long it takes to retreat to a secure room, and how quietly a generator can be started without being detected. Set aside one evening a month to simulate a blackout or security breach. Practice moving without lights, speaking in low voices and using prearranged signals. Check how sound carries outside your property by having someone walk the perimeter. Test your alarms and barriers and make adjustments as needed. Discipline, in the end, turns theory into survival. Silent defence, at its core, is about never giving an enemy an easy choice. Across history, silent defence has always relied on one truth: make the cost of intrusion higher than the reward. If a home looks dark, difficult, unpredictable and possibly dangerous, most threats will move on to softer targets. During the Second World War, homes survived air raids by vanishing into blackness. Frontier cabins survived raids by making approach slow and costly. Villages survived by working together and creating layers of watchfulness. For the modern household, the goal is the same. Do not invite attention. If attention comes, do not allow easy entry. If entry is attempted, create hesitation. If hesitation breaks, buy time, all without firing a single shot. Silent defence is not about weakness, but about wisdom. It is the strategy of making your home safer by staying discreet, harder to reach, and, well, smarter in its deterrence. From Second World War blackout homes to today's modern homesteads, the principle has not changed. Survival favours the prepared who can defend without revealing everything they have. If this exploration of silent defence has given you strategies you can adapt for your own household, make sure to subscribe to the channel and share this video so others can learn how to protect their homes without ever needing to fire a shot.